Man, that's it. The year's over. It flew by fast. It's time to look at what we here at Illegible Monster considered to be the largest what the f moments of 2015 for gaming. Evolve's microtransactions tier system. So when I heard about Evolve and its 4-on-1 versus system, my first reaction was, where can I find 4 other people to make this fun? But once I found those people, and yes, I found them, I then started to question their choice in microtransactions. The game sold itself at a typical game price tag with the bare minimum amount of content and a ton of content behind additional paywalls day one. There were a total of 40 to 45 pieces of DLC at launch, from skins to extra monsters. To make matters worse, the developers went on record stating they were fine with the controversy because it made people aware of their game. I'm not sure this is what you wanted. Speaking of microtransaction controversies, let's look at Mortal Kombat X, a fighting game a lot of us were waiting for that honestly seemed to slip past a lot of people's radars. And why is that? Well, Goro was held as a pre-order bonus, so hopefully you saw the game was on its way out. But on top of that, you had the ability to buy fatalities. Instead of learning them, you could just buy them. And to top all of that off, the game was released as a disaster on PC. It's almost like WB didn't like PC gamers, because they also broke Batman Arkham Knight's PC launch. Sure, some people said, it worked fine, I had no issues with it. I don't know why people complained. They complained because the majority of players couldn't actually play the game without it being a broken mess. This was one of the games where the new Steam refund policy finally took effect, and countless gamers returned it, to the point where WB pulled it off the Steam store to fix it. But that's not all. Whether or not it's true, word got out that WB knew about these issues and released it like that anyway. The Konami and Kojima explosion. We may never know what truly happened between the two of them, but the evidence speaks for itself. Something happened, and gamers paid for it with Metal Gear Solid 5 and PT. Konami restructured Kojima Studio, removed Kojima from his position in the company, took his name off of Metal Gear Solid 5's box art, shut down his new project, PT, and the supposed unworkable work conditions at Konami. Then the whole thing happened in the public eye like a little kid yelling at Kojima. Like I said, we'll never know what truly happened, but you can feel the aftershock through the obviously incomplete Metal Gear Solid 5 and PT being cancelled and removed from the PlayStation Store. If you question the incomplete nature of Metal Gear Solid 5, it has another ending that wasn't completed, along with a final mission to wrap up plot points that will forever remain open. Game Kickstarters began to really pick up steam in 2015, and with them, we got problems such as the sketchy relationship of the Shenmue Kickstarter, but one stood out as the worst of the bunch from those AAA developers. We all supported Mighty No. 9 to get a spiritual successor to the Mega Man franchise, and it's already been pushed back. But then, the company decided to put out another Kickstarter to build a spiritual successor to Mega Man Legends, that action RPG Mega Man game with Red Ash. But oddly, it didn't seem to need the money. The game looked like it was supposedly already funded, and the Kickstarter was for additional features and stretch goals. But they wouldn't even say what those features and stretch goals were. It basically felt like they were knocking on every gamer's doors asking, "Hey, wanna give us money for bonus features? I don't know what they are yet, but if you pay me, we'll make something." The Order 1886 and its movie length. The Order looked amazing. Finally a new exclusive for a PlayStation console that I can brag about. So we picked it up and watched the beautiful cutscenes, waiting for the action to start. And then watched more beautiful cutscenes as they interrupted the action. So much hype received, only to be treated to a cutscene-heavy 5-hour game. It honestly felt like an interactive teaser trailer. And finally, Destiny and its microtransaction no DLC plans. So this one is more gamers looking at Destiny's latest practices and speculating future plans. Destiny had very sparse content throughout the year up until its official DLC release, The Taken King. They made headlines as they made a series of Taken King special editions at crazy high prices and expected people to rebuy the first game to get your special dance emotes. But it gets better. When asked why they wanted people to buy the first game all over again, the creative director said in an interview that people would throw money at them for these emotes. Then, following Taken King, no more word of DLC, but instead, special events and a cash shop where you can buy microtransactions related to the events. The whole thing's a mess, and I know more than a few people who have left the game over it. Why don't you let us know what your what the f moments of 2015 in gaming are? We've left quite a few out, and if your what the f moment made it in our list, let us know your take on it in the comments down below. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe for more content, follow us on Twitter @IllegibleMonster for updates, and I'll see you guys next time, right here.